My local funeral home has a defibrillator bolted to its outside wall. A bright green box on blunt red brick, and I can't help but wonder why it's there. Surely, if our bodies have made it this far, it's a little bit late for electroshock therapy. Might as well be hanging next to acupuncture needles and homeopathy bottles for all the good it's gonna do. Are these burly men who dress us in hearses, pomp and parade, so afraid they will try anything to zap the life back in? Or maybe it's gallows humour, and they wrench up our relatives in a macabre revival and use perfectly paced pads to make us dance the funky chicken one final time. Or maybe it's a dance more current. Or maybe they know something we all don't about the coming zombie apocalypse. Electricity kills what's alive, revives what's dead. Who knows what it does to the reanimated? Could be anything. Or maybe it is something far more sensible, like heart attacks caused by grief and love. Love is one of the strongest bonds known to man. It's why falling in love can feel like gravity just left the room. Why heartbreak can feel like being ripped apart, one atom at a time, each one a million microscopic mushroom clouds, and why, on a sunny day in Kent, I saw my dad cry for the first and only time at the graveside of my grandmother, after over a decade of being bedridden and barely present. What was left of her finally let go, leaving my dad to weep at the hole in the ground and himself. And why, after over a decade of military service, jumping out of perfectly serviceable aircraft, his Kevlar face cracked when he pulled me and my brother aside to explain if it was to ever end up the same, we would take him on one last plane, and knowing he wouldn't pull the parachute, let him jump. I'm not man enough for that freefall. So I hope he forgives me when I unplug the machines and blow kisses across his face so he'll at least feel the wind. I want my funeral to be a vein full of morphine, a splash of water, a slap to the face. What I'm saying is that I don't want to die. Despite my many attempts to prove otherwise, like the countless times I've started smoking again, or that time I couldn't get up for work and had at least 2 pints, or that time that I nearly drowned because signs that read "no one under the age of 16 is allowed near the wave machine" actually read "challenge fucking accepted to anyone under the age of 16. There are cuts that I have made that are not in my skin, and it is only by the grace of strangers that I stand here today able to smile at my survival. And I do mean smile. So when I die, invite only my friends with coping mechanisms. Tell everybody else that I went to live in Scotland, apart from my friends who live in Scotland. Tell them I stayed exactly where I was, locked in the limbo between heartbeats and bereavement. In fact, no. Do what you want at my funeral. It's not for us. It's for the survivors and those of us yet to let go. So, cover me in funhouse goo. Turn me into a twilight vampire with a bucket full of glitter and then fire me from a fucking cannon. My only request, now that I think about it, is make sure there is a defibrillator at my funeral. Because if I am gonna go, I am gonna go out dancing.